All right, well, I got laundry to do because I chose to stay at an Airbnb. They didn't have laundry. The host, though, did offer, because I got to talk to him. I was told I was going to go to the laundromat. They did offer to help me out and take the laundry over there. But I was like, no, I'm from the Midwest. I'll do things myself. If you're hosting, I'll take care of everything. Just give me a bed. I'm a simple man. This is usually what we do around here. So I'm just going to the laundromat. I'm gonna fuck around, find out in town. Then we'll go downtown. I think my May 9th footage, some things got corrupted. So we'll see how that all turns out at the end of all this. But I'm gonna be truthful with y'all. Some things did get corrupted. Other things we just couldn't record on the way there to the end. Just because it was raining, it was shitty, couldn't bring the camera out, or I was with the Amish and wanted to respect their customs. So we're gonna jaywalk in town. And when I get to the laundromat, we'll check back in. All right, first off, badass house. Secondly, we're in traffic. Thirdly, I'm moving down the street because we're homeboys. They also have a foster. And they also got a foster. We're home. We made it. But yeah, can't pan, can't tilt, can't do shit with the camera, but we made it home to Foster Avenue. Although they call it Foster Street, so it's not really like home, but it's close enough. Beautiful churches out here. We're fucking home. All right, I'm laundered. I gotta say, society's fucked up. You gotta like use a card, like you gotta make a debit card. Situation happened at the laundromat. They have like, I mean, if you guys all do laundromat, maybe y'all know I'm probably behind. But there's no coin operating places anymore. It's all, at least where I'm at in Chicago, it's like, yo, I can go find a coin operated place any second. Here, all the laundromats are the stupid fucking card you gotta put money on. You gotta pay for the card. It's like $10 of laundry for like 5 pieces of clothing. It's pretty psychotic. Anyways, we're up here on Shanley Street and Washington Street. Had to really get that for the boys. Boys back home. Foster Street is up there. We got creepy neighborhoods up there. So yeah, I don't know. Now we're just kind of in town. Gonna go check out downtown next time you see me on this. So we'll figure it out. Alright, we found your expressways, Boston. Next to the pod store, you can't hide from me. Everyone just drives fast as shit out here. No one drives like an asshole. I don't think they get gridlocked out here. Alright. So from the pot store and all the B-roll footage of the pigeons, we ended up more downtown near Cambridge University. From Harvard to Cambridge, we're famous, we're rich. What can I say? I just want to get a look at the infrastructure. It's just so modern compared to back home. But then you got a little bit of old shit. I'm going to Bunker Hill Monument, so we'll see what's up with that. This is all more first-person view. I wanted to show you my ugly face. If you're like, oh, what the fuck, this whole video just from some other dude's view. Try and give you the first-hand experience, so we'll see how it goes. See you at the next point. All right, welcome to Charleston. Oh, is that Charlestown? Sorry, camera's moving all up and down. I'm reading through it. Charlestown, city of Boston. Michelle Woo Woo Woo. We're moving through. A menacing wannabe Washington monument in the background. Probably like a church or a bell or something. Could be a warehouse, but I think it's gonna be like a church. It looks churchy. Just fucking keeping it moving. Alright, more church action. More hill action too, for that matter. We're on an incline. Again, you don't get any of this incline shit back where I come from. It's all flat. It's all flat. So if we made it to this point, hopefully if I'm doing good on my videography, some files got corrupted from my landing in Boston. And then, like I mentioned previously in the video, just dealing with the Amish. I don't want to say like dealing, it was really just hanging out with them. And cutting deals, making deals. Shout out. Just might have some little inconsistencies in the timeline that I felt like, I should have captured better or whatever. Just means part 2 trip. If I ever make it back, we'll do better. Kind of getting a little Chicago vibe here, which is weird to say on the incline. Just some of the building styles. We're getting out of that weird 1800s, like cottage country house style, the 2 flats of Boston. This is glass bricks, that's a Chicago thing. And more into ye old type shit. I'm high on High Street. I'm high on High Street. So that's good. This is like the Lincoln Square. This feels like the Lincoln Square of this fucking place. Let's get into the street real quick. It's pretty nasty. Going downhill. Up the hill, down the hill. It is what it is. So yeah, this is just the life. Again, this is like Lincoln Square, Lincoln Park type vibes here. It's very hoity-toity. Whereas before, where we're showing, and I don't want to use this too derogatorily or anything, but it just felt like we're kind of in like the ghetto area. More run-down shanty places. All family places still, but not high ritzy like here. But everyone's on top of each other, so it's just, again, a different vibe. And we're more by the college area too, so you're gonna find more hip young people. Whereas the neighborhoods we've been in previously are more family neighborhoods, just people like immigrant families and just people who are just trying to find their way, cheap housing, stay out of trouble. It's not dangerous though. Nothing's really dangerous here. Even I stopped where I was at Dunkin' Donuts near the pot store near Castle Leaf, and they told me it does get dangerous there at night because of just like the situation of just the cheap housing and having people around that are like up to no good. But it's really, I don't know, it's not like dangerous. Maybe it's dangerous for them, but for Chicagoan, this ain't shit, bruh. Just keep fucking moving. So I don't know, that's my little two-bit thought off the top of my head. Cause in Chicago, man, like, you gotta go find the deep, seedy, dark places. Boston, it's all mixed together. It's all one. Everything's meshed together here. It's not separated or segregated like Chicago. And if it is, maybe I just don't know the style of segregation. Yeah, totally. But like, it's just not the same little burp there, as back home, and it just feels nice and refreshing. Everyone's kind of mixed in with everyone here and keeps it moving. You mixed in with the college kids, you mixed in with just like the people not from here, the transplants, you're mixed in with the hoity-toity locals, people who got the Boston accent mixed in here. It's a lot of different types of people, I'm not gonna lie. Different types of flavors, but I just wish it was back home where at least I can get like a taco. Looking for the taquerias here. Not a huge Mexican presence here in Boston. It's more so Salvadoran, from people from El Salvador, people from where we were saying Guatemala, similar to Chicago. We got some Guatemala, but a lot of people from Guatemala, a lot of people from El Salvador and Dominican Republic. So it's not quite like home where I'd find Hispanic culture. I could just blend in and be like, yeah, I'm really about it. It's more learning new things now, trying to figure out what food to eat, and it's kind of getting a taste of like all there is for the different cultures within Boston. You got, like I said, the college cultures, the different kind of Hispanic, Afro-Caribbean cultures here. You got just the ye old American history cultures here, and then everyone's kind of snobby because we're Harvard, we're the East Coast. We're just living it big here, you know, because it feels like the East Coast, there's a lot of poor mixed with rich in between. Everything is all mixed together, so you're kind of like, you got a lot to prove to people maybe. So yeah, again, 2-bit off the top of my head thought. Pretty excited, pretty delirious, but it's probably just the ocean breeze. There's that evil Washington monument again, that's like a church or something. We'll figure it out. I'll see you on the next clip. Alright, so actually that wannabe Washington monument is actually the Bunker Hill Monument we're going to visit. But I just want to show you guys just a little quick. I like this little architecture here we got going on here. Again, very rich hoity-toity. Feels like parts of Chicago I've been around. Lincoln Park, Lincoln Square, we already mentioned it. Yeah. So we're going to cross over. Finger in front of the camera. Hill down there. Car in the middle of the street looking at me being weird. Alright, so let's climb up the stairs. Bunker Hill Monument. Prehistoric. Didn't really think I was going to get into some American history here, but hey, it's Boston. Kind of should go without saying, right? Wow, beautiful. And then you got the modern city. Boston's going to be the place where they get the flying car roads, I'm telling you. It's just built for it. It really is. And even just how they have their underground structures is all just kind of built for it. Let's go see this here. You are now my enemy, and I am yours. Benjamin Franklin. The British Army was a powerful professional force. I'm reading through the camera. Their leaders were career officers. Enlisted men volunteered from all walks of life. Service promised a career with regular pay and a military pension. Enlistment, however, meant a lifetime of service. Soldiers endured years of monotony, strict discipline, and the risks of warfare. Wish we could sell them another hill at the same price. This is going to be the first battle, I believe. Battle of Lexington Concord will be the first battle where we fight the British. Tell them fuck the fuck off. Respectfully, of course. Things are different now, but back then, people wanted it their way, you know. Only some of the colonists over age 30 had combat experience. Colonels Stark and Prescott fought during the 7 Years' War, impacting their leadership skills during this battle. Colonists lost this hill, but surprised the British commanders with their bravery and orderly retreat. Yet the battle unified the 13 colonies in their desire to break away from the crown. Crazy. I'm kind of just taking this in silently as I'm talking and yapping, but I understand now why the East Coast of the United States is very heavily filled with like military presence and just all that types of stuff. Kind of makes sense now. We had generations of people here just kind of putting their lives, dedicating their lives into all this just for the pension. Maybe that's all back then, but maybe that stuff kind of continues on forward into the day. So yeah, pretty ominous. See, we got a ye old statue here. Not like the statues back home. Everything's like from like the 1800s where I'm at. Colonel William Prescott, June 17th, 1775. Mr. Prescott, pleasure to meet you. So this is the place where we ran away from the British, I guess. Ran away is not a good term, but we were treated respectfully. But that in turn caused the 13 colonies to unite for a cause. The decisive day has come on which the fate of America depends. The high ground of Breed's Hill bound the American colonies to the cause of independence. An open field once located here commanded the entire area. On the night of June 16, 1775, 2 months after the fighting at Lexington and Concord. Okay, so 2 months after our first fight with the British, we're going to link up here. 1,200 colonial militiamen quickly built a small earthen fort. As dawn broke on June 17th, the fort stood in clear view of the British Army in Boston. British cannon from ship and land opened fire. Some 2,200 British soldiers crossed the Charles River and assaulted the hill. After several bloody attacks, the British troops overran the colonists. British forces won this ground, but it cost nearly half their men. Yo, I'm fired the fuck up. Yeah, we lost, but fuck you guys. We'll fucking keep going. It's kind of how Americans are. Alright, we'll get this one last bit here. Not a lot of airplanes in the sky like back home too, even though we're near the airport. There's like 1 or 2 in the sky as opposed to like fucking 50 at any given time. Bunker Hill has been designated a registered National Historic Landmark under the provisions of the Historic Sites Act of August 21st, 1935. This site possesses exceptional value in commemorating and illustrating the history of the United States. U.S. Department of the Interior, National Park Service, 1962. Probably people buried in here or something. Some form of something in there. We're gonna have to read up a bit more on this. I came in a little bit unprepared. It's things you've heard. They taught you all this stuff in school, but you kind of don't really remember. It's all the American Revolution's kicking off in Boston. It's kicking off near New England because that's all we kind of had at the time. Then it just kind of fucking just goes. Very beautiful place. Very stoic. I don't know. Really don't got much to say other than I'm fired up. You can kick our ass as much times as you want. We'll come back stronger. I'm really hoping for that for just all of us here in this world. The world kicks our ass, but we'll all come back stronger. So, yo, dude, ripping the blunt. I was gonna say it smells like mad weed over here too, which is kind of funny. This is America. It better be. Dang, Verizon's here. And it's just crazy because then look at we got the ye old school with the ye new school in the back. It was crazy. They're saying in that thing we were reading earlier, the British were firing cannons from over here. Just fucking crazy. Don't fire till you see the whites of their eyes. We've all heard that growing up. Now we know where it comes from. Battle of Bunker Hill. Battle of Bunker Hill, fought here on Breed's Hill, June 17th, 1775, was the first major military confrontation of the Revolutionary War. Although the British won the battle at a terrible cost, it was a great moral victory for the Patriots, who proved that they would... Sorry, it's a little bit hard to read through the camera. We'll put my finger here. Who proved that they would and could... Come on, we gotta fix this. Defend up against the British regulars. This monument of Quincy granite, built between 1825 and 1843, stands today here. Memorial to the courage, purpose, and sacrifice of those patriots of 1775 whose actions here rallied the colonies and prompted General Washington to declare the liberty of the country are safe. Sorry, the liberties of our country are safe. Paul Revere's house is here. Faneuil Hall, okay. So Faneuil's a big... I keep seeing a lot of Faneuils. So I'm on Bunker Hill. I can go down to Charleston Navy Yard, Old North Church, Mr. Revere's house, Faneuil Hall, Old State House, and the Old South Meeting House. I'm not going to do any of that, but it seems like we're going to have to come back and really do that tour. In the years following this battle, this hill became sacred ground. A new patriotic spirit swept the nation in the 1820s. Americans looked to honor the sacrifice and service of their ancestors. For 2 decades, many men and women led by the Bunker Hill Monument Association worked to raise funds for a suitable memorial. On June 17, 1843, over 100,000 men gathered here for the dedication of the Bunker Hill Monument. Statesman and orator Daniel Webster spoke to the crowd, which included President John Tyler and the last living veterans of the battle. So I've done a lot of family genealogy on my family, on my paternal side, and a lot of their history will come from pre-American Revolution into the American Revolution, and then mostly into the Civil War. And during the Civil War, some of my ancestors who fought in it were already veterans of the American Revolution, which is kind of crazy. Such a long time. It was probably at least 1 or 2 people, but still. And because they went, they sent their sons, and they had to have their sons go. Just how it went. Fortunately, I feel thankful enough that I have soft baby hands. I have weed to smoke. I have video games to play. I don't need to fight for blood. I don't need to fight for country, even if it feels like we are losing it. Maybe that's my own privilege. Maybe that's just my own thing. I don't know, but it's always darkest before dawn, you know? And just coming here, I guess, thinking about it all really puts into perspective what was given, what was lost, all the time and all that shit. For us to just fuck off here, which is pretty cool. Alright, well, goodbye, 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 goodbye. Not the wannabe Washington Monument. This is the Bunker Hill Tower Monument. This ain't a fucking joke. Well, see ya. Closest thing to an alley, part 2. They would call this an alley, but this is not an alley. It's just a fucking sidewalk. High on High Street yet again. And then we're going down the hill? Yeah, fuck that. Parallel parking on the hill is crazy. Just left Bunker Hill Monument. Felt really fired up and historic. Patriotic, one might say. It's a little dangerous. You don't want to be too patriotic out there, folks. You gotta be careful. This is a little teeny little bit. Just get a little high off it. Just a little buzzed. You don't want to take it too seriously, much like anything else in this world. we're all the world before our respective borders. We're all brothers and sisters before anything else. I know that's hard for some people. They want to put other things in front of other things, but that's just not how it works. World first, all the bullshit little stupid ideas you have in your head second. Look out for your family, look out for your friends, anyone, strangers. It's kind of how it works around here. So, flower pot. I'm off the pot. High and Green Street. Final thoughts. Alright, so I got on the wrong bus. Somehow we're at the Encore, Boston Harbor. Is this a casino or some shit? We'll figure it out, but we gotta get to the street, cross the street for the bus. It's very interesting. Some people just aren't aware here that they're living among American history, some of the earliest stuff. Now, again, I'm still kind of taking that in from that Bunker Hill moment. Like, are people even aware that they're living among, like the locals here, not people like visiting or moving here and stuff. Just the regulars, are they even aware of what they live in? Similar to me with, am I aware I live at the Bean? You know, I got the Bean in my backyard. These people got the Battle of Bunker Hill, just straight up. I don't know, really interesting shit. Fired me the fuck up. Encore, Boston, Massachusetts. Alright, so update. We're entering Everett. Incorporate 1630. The Encore is a casino. And when you step this way, you will be entering Boston. Incorporated 1630. Alright, round 2, here we go. And we got Jarritos. We're home. We're not home, but it's basically like we are. We're doing it. So, I ended up eating the pizza. Didn't get me sick. Shout out Joe's Pizza. Boston was a very interesting place walking around. As you see here, this is like a 7-mile. That was a 7-mile trip. Turned into easily an hour train ride. But that could be a 20-minute car ride. Very interesting getting around here, the short distances and all that, turning into long travel. Next you'll see is the cheap fucking weed I ended up buying. It was like $13 after tax for an eighth. Shout out Castle Rock Dispensary. Really took care of me there. Other than that, I don't know, I just got pretty baked around town. Had a good time. Didn't end up getting into the seafood, so don't worry, you guys won't be seeing any of that. I mean, you should worry. So probably more reasons to get back there. But just with the short amount of time I had, I just kind of bullshit around. Figured I'd go see a monument, see some history. So smoke them if you got them. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya.